Hello students. So today we'll continue lesson 7 cyber safety. Now today we will study how to protect our data and identity online. So how to protect our data and identity online. Now the internet has changed our lives in countless positive ways, but it also has a dark side. So the internet is helping us a lot in our daily life, but it is also has a negative impact on our life. It does some uh, unwanted thing also, which we never expect that it should be done. Now see what every 3 seconds someone's identity is stolen. Every 3 seconds someone's identity is stolen. So its social media channels like Facebook and Twitter remaining as popular as ever, cyber criminals are able to access wealth of the personal information online. So in every 3 seconds someone is stealing your identity, not your only, means someone's identity is stolen, and with that stolen identity they are accessing the personal information of that particular person. So like they are hacking their Facebook account every 3 seconds. Someone's Facebook account is hacked, someone's Twitter account is hacked, or someone's other some websites are hacked. So all these things hacking is performed by the cyber criminals. So why they hack? To steal the information only. They create the database of the information, and that information they sell to the some other organization. Now that every people think that they are being cautious and with their privacy settings, and their privacy settings could be vulnerable to a cyber attack. Means their settings can be weak, so that some cyber attack criminals can uh, hack their computer, they can hack your account, or they can steal your online identity. Particularly, they allow the third-party applications to access their profile. How? If you are allowing a third-party applications to access your profile, means only you are giving the permissions. If you are downloading, installing any application, they ask you for the permission that whether give the permission to access your media storage and other camera gallery and your location, other things. So once a user's information such as location, date of birth, and the family connections has been logged, this can be used to hack into their other accounts such as banking and online storage. With the help of all the details, they can hack your bank account also. So they will access your bank account, and after that, they will by entering the credentials, by your information, your date of birth, your address, and other things, they can get your the OTP or the password for your account. And with the help of that, they can perform the transactions. They can transfer your money from your account. So if your confidential information is in so much danger, then how you can protect it online? The best way is to limit your data sharing online. So don't share your data. Share only the limited data which cannot in the future put you into trouble. Now the following ways can help you to limit your data exposure online. How you can prevent your data from the exposure of the third party or the third person. Exclude important personal information from your social media profiles. So don't write any information, personal information which is not needed over the social media profiles, like you are creating the profile for the Facebook account or the Twitter account. So there you don't give much information. Give the limited information only. Details like your phone number, address, children's age, or your school can help hackers to collect more information. So don't mention all these things. For example, on any social website, selective in adding or not adding friends. So don't make your profile to visible by all. Only make it visible for the friends only. So the person whom you are you have added as your friend, only they can see your profile. So minimize the details in your about me section. In the about me section, you are writing about yourself and be selective about hitting the like button. Don't like everyone's post. Don't like everyone's tweets. So all these will make you harder to be found. So if you not perform all these activities, so it will be very difficult for the hackers or for the other persons to steal your personal information. Now, check your media privacy settings. So for a more secure profile on any social website, change the setting to friends only for all posts. That only friends whom you have added, only they can see your post and they can read your post. Protect your online passwords and strengthen them too. Yes, so whatever the password you are using for your account, that should be strong. So how you create a strong password? So don't put your password as like your date of birth, your favorite color, or your title, or some other things which is related uh, to your information, like about yourself, what you are writing, like your best cricket player or your hobby. These things you don't use as a password, like a simple number 1 2 3 4. This also. So your password should be with a combination of numbers. It should be alphanumeric alphabets or numbers and some special symbols like at the rate or dollar you can use. But the rule is that if they are easy to remember, so don't write such a password which is difficult to remember, like a password of 100 characters, like that. No. The password should be at least 10 characters, not less than 8, and not also more than 20 characters. Because if you write a password more than 20 characters, it will be very difficult to remember also. Next, check your phone's privacy settings. So turning your GPS location settings to off. So turn your GPS location settings off so the third person cannot get your location, and also keep your family's whereabouts more private. Where is your family? That information also you don't conceal it. Don't reveal it. Now watch out for phishing emails. So phishing email means some spam email is getting increasingly refined. So never react to any messages with account data or passwords. So if any mail is asking about your account number or passwords like your ATM pin, so don't reply to that messages. Banks will never request for such data. If all else fails, call the bank specifically to check or even better delete the email. So first, before giving this, first you call to the bank, make it confirm whether they have asked or not. After then only you can give your details. Otherwise, don't give the details uh, by giving the replies such messages. That is called the phishing mails. Means the false mails they are sending. They are pretending that they are the authenticated person from the bank and they need these numbers for the verification or for making some correction in your account. Don't give all these things. Next, they keep your communication network secure, to which you are communicating that network should be secure. To secure your Wi-Fi connection with a strong password, your Wi-Fi connection, you set the strong password so that the hackers in the local area cannot use your connection to carry out the malicious activity. Next, check for the HTTPS. So if you are visiting any website, so find it that there is the HTTPS. HTTPS means that website is secure. hypertext transfer protocol secure. So before entering the payment details to any website, check the web address as an S, which stands for secure after the HTTP. If it does not, then do not use that website. Means that website is not secure. That is an unsecure website. So there must be some problem if you use it. Now monitor the post you get online. So whatever the post you are getting online, that you monitor it first. Beware of anything suspicious in the mail like pre-approved credit cards that you have not applied. Suppose you have not applied for any credit card and it is giving the mail that your credit card is approved. Now you give these details. And other money related offers also that you have won the lottery of 1 crore but you never uh, played a lottery game earlier. So all these are the fraud messages. Protect your computer and smartphone with a strong up-to-date security software. So in your computer and laptop, use antivirus software and that should be the up-to-date security software. So if your computer or phone is infected with the malicious software, other safeguards are little help because you have given the criminals the key to all your online actions. Also be sure that any operating system updates are installed. Now you can also use two-factor authentication whenever possible. That also you can use it. So you should switch all your most important online accounts such as email account and the social media profile to a two-step authentication. Means there will be two level of authorizing before using. So this means that each connection or login will need to be verified by the text message or email. So when you will log in your account, it will give you the text message or email as well as with a traditional password, making it much harder for hackers to get in. So suppose you are using the your Facebook account. Before opening the Facebook account, it will give you a OTP on your registered mobile number. If that OTP you type, then only you that Facebook account will open. So that is the two-level authentication. Two-step authentication also has the advantage of warning you the event of intrusion. If someone will open your account, it will give you a message notification that your account has been opened. You will then now know that it is time to change your password. Now you are not using and you got the message that someone is using to change the password. So the next time that person cannot use your account. Now stay away from public Wi-Fi. To use the Wi-Fi free of cost, in that grid, don't use it. Maybe you will lose your data from your phone. So Wi-Fi free and open Wi-Fi and hotspots can serve in cutting your data charges and are helpful in completing work efficiently. So they are also notoriously insecure and criminals can easily use their flaws in order to see what you are doing online and they can access your accounts. If you need to go online in public, use your phone and a cellular connection, which is much more secure option. So don't use a free Wi-Fi or a public Wi-Fi. Otherwise, your privacy will be compromised. Your data may be stolen from your phone. Okay. So this is all for the today students. In the next class, we will study about the password and how you make your password very strong. That also we will study in the next class. So this is all for today. Thank you for your kind attention.